with two pros who will be going head-to-head later today.
Thank you very much, D-Man and QuickShot. I'm EpicSkillshot supporter, and I'm joined by Alliance's Froggen and cowTard, of course, from the Copenhagen Wolves, the two mid laners. Now, I don't want to talk too much anymore about yesterday's game because we already talked to you and Youngbuck, but we do remember that the game versus Fnatic, it was really, really close. So what was kind of the general team talk going on at night about that game?
Well, we were pretty happy that we actually won, so there was not much to critique to ourselves. We did notice some problems, and obviously we're going to try to avoid them again.
Obviously. Froggen, of course, you guys yesterday, the first game versus the Super Hot Crew. Not to say that the Super Hot Crew is not a good team, but you guys didn't have the hardest time versus them. What was kind of the game like from your perspective?
Basically, we just wanted to stop bot lane from snowballing, and we did that pretty successfully, and basically just played 3 versus 3 in the top part of the map, and that won us the game.
All right, so a good start for both of you coming into Super Week. What are the most realistic goals for you guys? Is it winning every single game in the Super Week if you see what you've got coming up, which is Alliance, Gambit, and the Super Hot Crew?
Well, if we keep our playstyle that we did the last weeks, I honestly think we can go 4-0.
All right, so what you then have to do is beat Froggen later on. Froggen, first off, what do you think of the mid lane matchup versus cowTard? You played it a couple of times already, of course.
Yeah, I think in general, the mid lane champions right now we're both playing is pretty farm heavy. So it's probably going to be a lot of farm and then objective control that has to win the game.
What about you versus Froggen? Are you afraid of anything when you go in lane versus him?
Well, he's very strong mechanically, and I'm afraid of getting a bad matchup against him, because he will capitalize on my mistakes. Other than that, if we get in an even matchup, I agree, it will be farm heavy and the team play overall.
All right, very interesting matchup coming up for you guys. If we take it a little bit to a broader perspective, you kind of have two different stories going on. And Youngbuck actually said yesterday, I'm not afraid to say it anymore, we can get first and we want to go for first. Do you share that sentiment?
I said from the start, the goal is obviously to get as high as possible. So number one is goal, but we're happy getting top 4. That's the first goal we set up when coming into LCS, and I'll stick by that.
Okay, and Froggen, for you guys, it's kind of a different story. You guys are second to last now, and this is, of course, your project, the Alliance team. Is relegation something you're fearing? Because we're pretty far in the spring split. Is that something you think about at all?
Not really, because the standings right now, there's like one match in between every single team pretty much. So let's say we go 3-0 here, then we would be like in the top side of the bracket. So it's not really worrying me too much.
All right, so one very big matchup we've got coming up here today is also SK versus Gambit, our first game of the day. SK been doing incredibly well. cowTard, who do you think will take this one?
Honestly, I think SK will. They've been doing so good lately, and Gambit has been looking a little weak, so I'll give it to SK.
Froggen?
I agree. I think SK will take the victory.
All right. Were you surprised at all that SK is doing that well?
I am surprised about it, yeah, but I also think they've been practicing really, really hard, and their hard work is paying off.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, and good luck, of course, in your matchup later.